What do you get when you take Devil May Cry and combine it with a metroidvania? You get Valdis, the Abyssal City, made for $50,000 by Endlessly Fluffy Games, having a very small team, making one game beforehand, and kickstarted like so many other great games. What the fuck is Yik doing here? And with one other game that just recently came out in Fate Tactics. I do love some of the artwork. From the great backgrounds to the creative character designs. Just from a glance, you can already see the personality of the characters. From the vengeance-fueled half-demon to the nice girl in a bad situation. To chaotic half-dragons to the lovable rogue who has a big-ass gun. And the don't ever fuck with him. Ever. The biggest problem with the character portraits is that there's no multiple character portraits, so there's no way of conveying emotion in the characters during any scene. Be it your JRPG standards or your high-end versions of the Ace Attorneys. Hell, even visual novels get this correct. Oh shit! But it's a huge plus, the music is fucking great. Having everything from a slow, somber mood setting while walking through the cities. To sick guitar riffs over the 10th time you're fighting a god trying to get your S rank. Well, let's talk about some character animations. The main characters are kind of but the enemies you fight. Ugh. They have great looking attacks. You're almost always able to read what's going on the screen as long as you sit back and aren't trying to dive them as hard as you can. And it makes the combat feel fair and not BS. The only thing that really happens that badly for you is when you get greedy or you just have a bad build for your character. Well, then you're probably asking, how's the game feel? Well, it's like a bicycle without a seat. Hard and uncomfortable, but very satisfying once you adjust. Like most character action games, you're judged on your performance, depending on speed, damage, and how many hits you took, which is all displayed on the very bottom of the screen with the boss's health. And with increased ratings such as A and S, you even get permanent stat buffs and bonus experience. You have the ability to cancel and dash out of anything, including jumps, with a single button press. Problem is, it happens to be that when you press down, it cancels out of everything. You can go into the configurations and change it. Once you do, this game goes from pretty good, fucking great, with loads of skill-based puzzles, testing your platforming skills, to get chests holding armor and accessories. But once you fix it so you're more precise at your movements, it makes combat with some of the harder bosses a lot more fun and entertaining because you feel more in control. Unlike most Metroidvanias, you're not just running around looking for missile upgrades and health upgrades. You're looking for other members of your crew, giving you new shops, assist in combat, new move lists, and more lore for this world. There are even side quests that do everything from optional boss fights to helping civilians fix that heater over there in the corner. I mean, we can always come back and handle that later. I'm gonna go look for this Mark of Valdis and this Divine Dust. Your characters have a Borderlands style skill tree. Weapons, armor, and spells, each having their own unique trait. Picking stats, giving you enough customization that you can turn your summoner into a close range brawler. There's so much versatility in these builds, and with 4 characters with their own separate spells and move lists. Now let me show you the crafting system. Why is it so cold in this town? Where is everybody? I never came back to fix that fucking heater, did I? If you can't tell, the side quests in this game matter. It's along the lines of a Persona, with the fact that you can do all this because you really care about these people and want to see their stories play out. Or because you want to use the upgrade materials. Whatever your preference, honestly. I mean, are you seriously just going to leave that Pharaoh alone? I know she told you that it would be fine and we should go back to town. But maybe he gets a little hungry and goes and travels down to Tagrim. Maybe once in a while you should wander into some of these cities and talk to that elder you haven't talked to in a while. Wonder if there's a traitor amongst them. Hell, let's just say you let that angel live, because you don't want to kill an injured man. Well, you ever wonder what an angelic assassin and a demonic general desperate to defeat you do? Have you ever seen a fusion dance before? Every one of the 4 characters has their own way of interacting with this world. The first character you will be able to play as is Wyatt. Like Dante, he's a half-demon human hybrid, hunted by demons and angels alike, trying to kill him for being born, and is the leader of the pirate crew that is set out to kill both angels and demons alike. Your frontline powerhouse. Most builds involve him being your close-range combatant, wielding giant swords to angelic twin blades, and even a knife and bow combo. My favorite build being hard-hitting crits that bleed out enemies. Reyna, raised by angels and protected by Wyatt and his pirate crew in their war against the gods, and in the city of Sithil, learns of her unlimited potential and what she has to become. And just like a Max Payne 3, the gameplay shows her going from weak nobody to close range monster, or given the right gear, a magical powerhouse. Valdis is an angel experimented on to be given a demon arm that can absorb demons and angels alike. Totally being driven mad by the fact that he can hear all of them inside of his head. The only reason he hasn't gone crazy is because he decided to listen to them. He actually has one of the more creative playstyles in the game for me. He's like V in Devil May Cry 5. He can summon demons to fight alongside him. His playstyle is all about controlling the fight through the creative use of his minions to his long-range attacks. Then finally, Gilda, the half-dragon, the granddaughter of the last true dragon, specializing in magic. She actually controls differently than the rest of the cast. Not having a defend button, but a stance switch button, switching between all 8 magical classes. And instead of the magic button, she has the ability to charge her MP. And her heavy now casts her spells instead. Meaning you're constantly just changing into different spells, throwing a poison, throwing fire, throwing ice and freezing them, doing everything in your spell book, and being able to control and do massive amounts of status ailments and damage in every fight. The game is short once you learn where you gotta go, but it's helped by the incredible amount of difficulty settings and arena modes to play. Yeah, I wasn't bullshitting when I said this is a Devil May Cry metroidvania. And if that sounds as good as gin and cheesecake, then look this game up. It's only $15 on Steam. If you liked this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Look in the description below, and you can subscribe to my BitChute, or if you're on BitChute, subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Game over.